Welcome to the Easy Sports Talk Show. Easy Sports Talk Show. I am one of your co-hosts. I am Javon J. Love Adams, and with me, as always, is the one and only man who played professional baseball and also played in the National Football League for that first Super Bowl bound team for the Atlanta Falcons. Of course, I am talking about none other than my brother, motivational speaker, author, Ed Smith. What is good?
What up, though, man? Getting another
So,
week kicked off.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So for those who are watching on YouTube, shout out to our partner Mark Twain Beaver for True Narrative Media. Go to truenarrativemedia.com. But with the overlay and all that good stuff, always trying to level up in all those things. So we do this thing 3 times a week, and so Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We chopping it up about whatever it is that is on our mind, typically most notably about sports, whether it's here in the Phoenix metropolitan area or we zoom out to what's going on a national scale, on the national landscape. And then we also have, as I mentioned, the Easy Sports Talk Show, which is every Saturday from 1 to 3 Eastern on Sports Map Radio. You can go to sportsmapradio.com if you're not in one of the 98 markets that we are in on terrestrial radio. And you can check us out again 1 to 3 Eastern, do the conversion based upon where you live and all that good stuff. And then we also do Believe in the Arizona Cardinals podcast, and that is every Monday and Thursday. You can go to easysportstalk.com, or you can go to believe.com. You can go wherever you get your podcast and just search Believe in the Arizona Cardinals. And so you can find all that stuff on easysportstalk.com. That's easysportstalk.com. So got a cool show lined up for you today. We want just some thoughts. There's tension in the air. There's pressure, and that's a good thing. Pressure busts pipes, or pressure makes diamonds. All those things. So, I want to talk about the Diamondbacks, also with the football weekend that has just passed. We know we have Monday Night Football coming up, but with the football weekend that has just passed, I want to get my brother's thoughts on who he think or what are some of the biggest surprises or takeaways from this weekend. But let's start with the Arizona Diamondbacks, and let's just start with the MLB playoffs in general this weekend. So we have a Game 7 that's coming up with the Texas Rangers and the Houston Astros, and the home team just can't seem to win in that series, and that's how it seems to go. And then we have Game 6 with the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Philadelphia Phillies. They're traveling back to Philadelphia. They are down 3-2. That being the Arizona Diamondbacks. So let's start with the Battle of Texas series. How has that been playing out for you? Texas Rangers took it to them on Sunday, 9-2, and now it's all about that Game 7, and you never know what's going to happen in a Game 7.
Yeah, we're crazy series where the home team has lost every game so far. So that would not bode well for the Astros coming down the stretch here. Game of, hitting, man. These doggone, there's a couple of hitters in that series. Yordan Alvarez, for one, for the Astros. Oh, my God. I mean, I remember when I played, Jay, every now and then you get on a heater, man, where it's like you're unconscious. And
Yeah.
that dude, I wouldn't want to pitch to him. There is no way to pitch to him right now. He is just hitting everything for power, for average. I mean, just off the chart. Coming down the wire here to Game 7, anything can happen. And I love Game 7s, man. I would actually, for my son's sake, I would hope that they pull this one out. Me and the Astros, for my sake,
Right.
I'm secretly rooting against some cheaters, but I'll never tell him that. Yeah, just a great series. I root for Bruce Bochy. I played against him for many years in the minor leagues. Got to know him really well. Saw him a few years ago when we were out on the field when he was coaching the Giants, managing the Giants, and he came out. And I went down and saw him and talked, a little bit about old times and stuff like that, being in the minor leagues against him. Great, one of the best dudes in baseball. So, I have a rooting interest for Boch and the Rangers. But, man, like I said, Game 7, you can't. That's all you have to say is Game 7. I mean, it's going to be a good one, bro.
All right, so let's transition to the Arizona Diamondbacks. They're going back into a hostile environment. What is it? Kelly versus goodness gracious, Kelly
Nola,
versus Nola. Exactly. Yeah. So the first time out, Kelly didn't fare so well. Going back into the Lions' den is going to be rabid. It's going to be crazy because Philadelphia is on the verge of going back to the World Series. How do you see this one playing out? Because again, the Game 5, It wasn't. It was 6-1. The Diamondbacks fell 6-1. What is it? Harper, he ended up stealing home base. I mean, come on, man. So how do you see this one playing out? Because it's spooky. It's a scary situation for the Diamondbacks going back to Philadelphia.
It's all about the start of the game. In the games we've lost, we've given up runs in the first inning, and or early in the game at least, and just not been able to recover. Whereas the one that we won, it felt like we kind of jumped on them a little bit. We gotta. I mean, first inning is going to tell me everything I need to know. If we cannot get out of that first couple innings over there to this afternoon, you might, because if it starts to snowball with that fan base, our pitchers not necessarily being on their mark, Philly jumps out early. I mean, you got to figure out a way to keep Schwarber and Harper from hitting these balls out the park, man.
Good Lord.
Somehow, I mean, dare I say, Jay, back when I used to play,
yes,
if a dude was a little too hot, it was nothing wrong with putting him on the seat of his pants.
So let's talk about that, because we saw what happened in game 6? No, game 5.
That was retaliation, though.
All right.
That was retaliation after he hit a home run, pimped it, and then supposedly it wasn't on purpose, so it could have been just trying. But they were trying to come inside, and maybe it just got away from them. But that, to me, that's how the game used to be played, dudes. You know what, Jay? I watch these guys with all this armor on now. Yeah. I mean, they look like robotic men. They look like the $6 million man with all this arm stuff on and then the hand stuff. And so they've got no fear of hanging out over the plate. And you look at what Schwarber, man. I mean, he is yanking balls out of the ballpark with he's taking batting practice. And not one time has anybody sat him down on his seat. Something, I'm not saying headhunting, but I'm just saying a little up and in, it doesn't have to be chin music, but some chest music, something, get him off the plate, make him think about, I might bust him in. Like I said, it's a new mentality. I know it's about safety and all that kind of stuff, but I don't see anything wrong with a pitcher saying, I am going to command, or I'm going to demand that you respect both sides of the plate. Meaning every now and then I might come up and in and dust you back. I'm not seeing any of that. Our pitchers or pitchers of today, maybe they're too soft, maybe the rules against them, whatever it is. But I'm telling you, send a message, and it's almost too late now. It's game 6.
Yeah.
But early in the series, game 2 and 3, man, I'd have been busting dudes in all over the place to get them off the plate. And we've not done that. We've let them have the inside portion of the plate, and you can tell, man, they've been yanking these balls out of the stadium. So if we don't go over there and get off to a good start, it's going to, and then it starts to roll. This could be one of those games that get away early, and they could be celebrating in the 6th or 7th.
All right. So I hope I would love to see the Diamondbacks get to a game 7. It's wonderful to see when a city is excited about its sports teams, even though sports are, we talk about sports being a microcosm of life, but whatever, sports aren't that really important in the grand scheme of things, but it's a great release. But you see people from the Reds and Blues throwing it up together. You see the different hues and skin throwing it up together. And that's what sports can do in terms of bridge the gap and almost like reach across aisles, if you will. So, Easy Sports Talk Show, Ed Smith, Javon Adams. What in this football weekend surprised you most? What in this football weekend? You can throw 2 or 3 things out there if you want. One of the things, you don't like the tush push, right?
Hate it.
I was watching Sunday Night Football. I'm with you now. I'm with you. I think I'm with you. And in the beginning, I was thinking, what's the big deal? But it's almost like an unstoppable play. It makes me think about when Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was formerly Lou Alcindor, and all he was doing, because the talent gap was so big between him being the best player in college basketball, and then in the second best player, right? And all the teams, because he was dunking left and right. And so what they have to do, they say, look, man, you just can't dunk the ball. All right, you just can't dunk it. He's like, all right, I'm gonna still dominate you. But that's what it made me think of. And so I'm on board with you that tush push Yeah, I'm not with it anymore. They're trying to watch it a lot more. They're trying to scrutinize it a lot more and throw flags, I think, to discourage even the Eagles from doing it, but other teams that are trying to follow suit as well.
The Eagles found a loophole. They're going to lose it. They're going to use it until the NFL closes it. And it's just, I just, I don't like the assistance on the play, the pushing of the behind, like this. And it just turns into an ugly scrum. And like you said, it's become so automatic for the Eagles. And other teams have tried it, and they have not done it well because that is something you got to have a quarterback who can squat 600 pounds. You got to have an offensive line to be able to do it.
Right.
Eagles are a rare breed. I just don't like it because I don't know. It just takes away from I don't know, just the rules of the game. There's got to be some type of boundary there, and I just don't like it.
Indeed. So to you though, what are a couple of things that surprised you this week? And I'm sure I know one of them. Go ahead.
I started drinking that Kool-Aid, bro. I was like, hey, could the Lions be for real? And I actually picked them this week to go to Baltimore. And you said something during the show on Saturday when I was like, what if? And you were like, man, the Lions, they're just going to be the Lions. And I'm like, nah, what if they go over there and not just they would have to win, but what if they went over and just played really well? And even if they lost, but they showed us, man, they went over there and laid a flat egg, 38-6. And it wasn't even that close, bro. I mean, that was, to me, that was such a non-Campbell like performance for that show. I called them the fighting Campbells. I just, I thought they were gonna go over there and just bite kneecaps and take shins off and stuff like that. Man,
right.
Was Baltimore that good, or did we just see what we always they are who we thought they were?
Right.
That one to me shocked me. The other one is the Jekyll and Hyde of the Bills, the Buffalo Bills, man.
So I'm gonna let you finish, but could this be? And for those again, we do the Believe in the Arizona Cardinals podcast, so make sure you check it out. Believe in the Arizona Cardinals. But I mentioned a couple times during today's show about regression to the mean. It may have taken a long time, but could this be Josh Allen regressing a bit to the mean, meaning hey, outplayed what he was able to, what his ceiling was, or maybe what his true talent. He overplayed over the last couple seasons, and maybe now he's regressing a little bit, or could these be aberrations? And maybe answer that as you go into your rant about the Bills, though.
More than anything, it shows me how valuable Brian Daboll was to him.
Okay.
He was the stability, the one who kept him on course, who kept him from maybe making some of those blunders, stupid plays that he every now and then makes, and also being the best version of himself. I think we're seeing that Daboll was more, and they got too much talent there, and they've never established a running game, but they didn't have one when Daboll was there. But for some reason, they're, like you said, they're regressing, or at least Josh Allen is regressing, and I think that has to do a lot with the absence of Daboll there. You can't go over to when teams are down, because think about this, Jay. We've been talking about the Buffalo Bills Super Bowl window, for the last couple of years or so. That window only stays open so long.
This is true.
And this is a game against New England where New England ruled that division for 20 years, right? Mm-hmm. And you finally got a time to kick them when they're down and make sure you put your thumb on them and abuse them. And you go over there and lose that game the way they did. And that's just, you can't do that. That's one of those games where you're supposed to go over there, mop the floor with them, be done with it. And I don't even know, this might have been was this their first or second time playing each other this year?
I want to say it was the first. I think it was
the first. Okay, so then you would see them in your building, be able to take, just do them again the way you wanted to do them. This was a game where you can't go over there and lose that game, and they did, and that was just a shock for me. I had that one picked so high in my confidence pool. The max. I had this one at 13, I think it was, because I just thought there was no way after what we saw from New England over the last few weeks that, they'd be able to keep up with them. And, I don't know, did they play down to the competition? Like, is Josh just coming that far back to the pack? He is really here's the thing, not only he's not completing balls he should be completing, but he's also still making those bonehead plays every now and then. Some of the interceptions and things like that. And you can't have that. If you want to if you're not going to, be on your best, meaning precise, you got to protect the ball. He is so reckless sometimes, and I think that's what takes it to the next level of, oh yeah, he's heading in the wrong direction, because that's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, this was their first time playing each other this season, and then they play each other again on New Year's Eve. So
Yeah.
Just
one you're not supposed to lose, man.
Anything else? Anything else that popped up on your radar? Let me jump in real quick before, and I'll let you go before we go into the Raiders play Chicago.
Oh my God!
And we let a man who is a quarterback, because Justin Fields did not play, a man who is his first ever start,
Division II, bro,
and
he played Division II,
and he takes it to us. I don't understand, man. I don't get it.
My question to you though,
my
one Justin Fields, this does not make you look very good. When this Division II quarterback, your backup, comes in and looked very competent. They didn't just say hand the ball off 100 times. That dude was making reads, scrambling, hitting guys, going through progression. I watched that parts of that game.
Yeah.
And this wasn't a, hey, just turn around and hand it off 40 times. This dude carved your Raiders up. And then I'm like, how bad are your Raiders to go over there and let a Division II quarterback beat them? But then also, how bad does this make Justin Fields look when you can't get it done? And this dude, your understudy, comes in and makes you look really bad.
And another thing to go along, there are two things that make me, when your response to that is, one is, well, there's always a thing that comes about with, if a quarterback comes in and it's good, if it's the team that you root for, that a quarterback that's starting his first game will come in and perform well and perform better, because you're letting him pass. You're giving him an opportunity from the coaching perspective. But there's not a lot of tape on him as well, so you never know if that will catch up to him. But But either way, he performed well. So it would be an indictment against the coaching staff if he let's say plays another 1 or 2 or 3 weeks and he performs well, that the coaching staff didn't see this in him early enough to go to management to say, look, we can't start Justin Fields because we can't. But they probably would have been handcuffed, right?
You can't do that. You got too much money invested in Justin Fields, and you also have to see, is it time to move off of him? And you got to remember, Jay, this is a Division II quarterback. It doesn't. I know we're going off the Brock Purdy thing. This is one game sample. It's just that for Justin Fields, it does make you look bad, because this guy came in and looked like an NFL quarterback. And there have been times when we've been watching you, the franchise guy, look clueless. And, that just can't happen. I guarantee you, which is going to be a bad thing, because Fields is probably going to try to work his way back out there as fast as possible, because you can't have this dude out there too long winning games. And and then he comes back too early, and once again, it's going to look bad. He's got a dislocated thumb on his throwing hand.
Yeah.
You just don't come back from that. But I guarantee he's going to try to get back fast, sooner than later, and it's going to look worse. And then they eventually might sit him down and go to Bagent. I don't even know the dude's name. Bagent, something like that.
Whatever.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Easy Sports Talk Show, Ed Smith, Javon Adams. So leave me with this. The NBA season starts, as you call it. What do you call it?
The march through the 82, bro.
I am invested in it. I am invested in it for not only for the Suns, because we're local here, of course, in the Phoenix metropolitan area, to see if they're able to close the deal, but maybe they'll meet up with my Lakers in the conference finals. It probably won't happen that way, but anyway, I am, from those two teams alone, I am interested. What say you about this NBA? You got to watch a few more games, man. You got to watch a few more. You got to come on, man.
I will peek, but I'm peeking through eyes like this.
You peeking through those Kyler Murray eyes?
Yeah, yeah. You got to remember, bro. What's today's date, bro? October 23rd.
October 23rd.
Yes. Postseason we're not even to the winter yet, and we're talking about they
got the NBA Cup.
Yeah, okay. You go ahead and watch that garbage. Regular season games, we can just call it in-season tournament. You go ahead and watch that. Man, basketball don't start till March, late March. as far as I'm concerned. So let's get this preseason out of the way. And, I'll see. Like I said, I'll watch a couple of the real matchups. But other than that, I cover it, obviously, and have to keep my eye on some of the box scores. But I'm not watching 82 games.
I'll bring an adult beverage. I know the kind of adult beverage you like, so I'll bring it over to your house and we can watch a Suns game together too. You'll probably fall asleep on the couch. You'll probably end up falling asleep on the couch, and I say, I'm out, man. You wake up and say, where'd Jay go? Jay was gone about an hour ago. The game
there's nothing else on, we can get it in. There's too much other stuff to be watching.
All right. So on behalf of the one and only Ed Easy Smith, I am Javon J. Love Adams. We do this thing 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Make sure you tell a friend about what we have going on here. Go to easysportstalk.com, easysportstalk.com. Find out about everything that we're doing, including the Easy Sports Talk show, which is every Saturday from 1 to 3 Eastern. Do the conversion however you do it on SportsMap Radio. Go to sportsmapradio.com on those Saturdays if you're not in one of the 98 markets that we broadcast in, and you can either press the play button or you can download the app on your Android or mobile device. But as we always like to say around this time, you